Good afternoon, class. I'm Dylan Werner. I'm going to talk to you about, is bowling a sport? Well, I'll talk about bowling history first. Alright, it originally began in England on 1366. That's a long time ago. But in 1841, Connecticut made a law banning bowling because people were gambling over it. On September 9th, 1896, New York City created the Bowling Congress. Now, in Egypt, this architect found traces of bowling in 320 2000 BC. This is a picture of a little kid here with a bowling ball. Alright, and it's just a game. Bowling is just a game at some levels. At levels at leagues, at having fun with friends, with your family, just goofing off. It's a time to just enjoy, drink, and have fun. There's cosmic. Anyone can play it from 1 to 100. It's just, there's no physical activity. There's not. Just there. But bowling is a sport. Bowling is a sport in college and in pro. Bowling is competed and all time competes. It's not a physical type, you're right, but it's very tiring and wearing on your body. Because at college tournaments, you will bowl up to 8 hours in just one day. You bowl for 2 days in a row. So can you guys bowl for 8 hours, standing up, in just one day? It's very long, and it's all year. It starts when school year starts, and it ends when school year is over. So that's all year. Plus, it does take skill, because there's 39 inches of length from left to right, and you have to hit 1 to 3 inches with your bowling ball every shot consistently. That's 12 shots at least. And there's a picture of the 39. And here's a video that the pros are asked, is bowling a sport?
Take the Comcast Business Speed Test.
Really thinking about doing that?
If we can't offer faster speeds or save you money.
A lot of people that come up and say bowling's not a sport, or they kind of think it's a funny, hobby or whatnot, I just basically look at them and say, why don't you go try it?
They can come on out and bowl the World Series, and they can bowl 12 games a day for five consecutive days, and see how they feel, and then say it's not a sport. I tell them to come out and bowl 50 games in a week with a 16-pound ball, and let me know how their body feels at the end of the week.
Looking to make it 5 as we begin 7.
Oh, baby. Drops the nickel. Momentum in the O'Neal corner.
There are times that I go out, have a couple of beers, and just throw a couple of games with some friends. To me, that's not sport. That's entertainment. But on our level, we don't even love bowling sometimes because it's so painful to us, because we have so much invested.
Well, how's your father there on the release? Drops all 10, and Norm 1 win away from defending his title.
All right, what is a sport? Next thing you're going to tell me golf is a sport. All they do is swing the club. They don't even carry their bag.
I've bowled pro-ams with 300-pound linemen who are obviously in pretty good shape because they play football, and they're muscular and strong and all that. They can't bowl 3 games without their wrist hurting.
You take LeBron James, I bowled with him in his Chris Paul celebrity event, and he looked like a fish out of water. He just didn't quite have the skills, but yet he gets on a basketball court, and he may be one of the best ever.
You can say whatever you want to say, but come out here and do what we do. And if you can beat us at this non-sport and compete what we do, then you can tell me after you're done.
Bowling will not go down without a fight.
We bowl really long days, and you have to be in good shape.
I've never, ever competed in a tournament and felt like I wasn't bowling in a sport. I didn't think it was a joke. I didn't think it was a game.
the busted up fingers, the sore legs, the sweat, the traveling. If that's not a sport, then I don't know what classifies as a sport.
So that's what the pros think. They think it is a sport because it is very tiring. Your body wears out. Your thumb gets ginormous. Your arm gets sore. Your wrist gets sore. It takes a lot of mental game. If you have a mental game, you can't bowl. If you get upset with one little shot, the rest of the game is done for. So you tell me, does bowling take skill? Of course it takes skill. It's not athletic, but it takes skill. It doesn't take physical ability, but it's mental ability. That's what I think. Bowling is a sport. Bowling is going to be in the Olympics. They are protesting it right now. Over 100 million participants bowl. One sport. 112 nations bowl. That's very large. So, what do you think? Is bowling a sport?